also a call-in guidance show. So if you'd like for me to make a psychic connection that will reveal what the future has in store for you, you can call us at 832-230-5592 during the second half of the show when the lines open up. I'm your host, Psychic Medium Victoria Alvarado, and joining me is my co-host, Epi Munoz.
Welcome, everyone.
He is a Qigong and longevity instructor. And special guest today is George Thomas, who's going to be joining us on the phone. He is a certified matrix energetics practitioner. Hi, George. Are you there?
Hi, I am here live. Hi there.
Hi. Thank you so much for joining us today. I understand that you'll be telling us a little bit about ACT for EFT.
Absolutely.
So I know many of my listeners want to know, what exactly does EFT stand for?
Well, originally given to us by Gary Craig, it was Emotional Freedom Technique. He looked at the fact that the same energy meridians described in acupuncture can be accessed or impacted with just tapping on them. And through a series, which the original EFT is not convoluted, maybe is too strong a word, but it's involved. And that was a way that we worked with people with PTSD. This is documented, effective, just a wonderful technology. Today we have faster EFT. Robert G. Smith narrowed this down to just 5 of the tapping points. And what I do with the affirmation cementing technique is help affirmations get through our filters and make changes at the subconscious level. That's pretty cool.
So my understanding, I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, does this mean that it helps to remove any negative imprints or negative emotions that are stuck in the body?
Well, we can do that. All of us, I tell my clients, if you're over 12, you've had some sadness and disappointment in your life. We've all had some sort of trauma, big trauma, small trauma, whatever. And without losing any memories, if we can just diminish that emotional charge that's attached to it, and that's what EFT and faster EFT do.
Okay. So can you tell us what are the benefits of ACT for EFT?
Well, the idea is we've all had various and sundry trauma, and we live our lives at least 20% of the time on autopilot because our subconscious is running things. Maybe it's 80%, but let's just say, be real conservative, say at least 20%. And so we find ourselves reacting sometimes with, well, I shouldn't have said that, or that wasn't right, or why do I get these panic attacks for no reason? Well, everything has a reason, and it's a consequence of something, some of our references. And so what we can do is tap out the emotional stuff and reframe the memories and reframe the experiences so that we can go into a happier way of life, habituate a better way.
So when someone has this form of treatment with you, what do they sense, or what are their most common, experiences that they say that they feel during this technique?
Lighter, better, everything's better, I didn't know, wow, those sorts of experiences.
So do they also, is it just more mental, or is it also physical changes that they have?
Yeah, it's physical changes, because intellectually we can learn. We can go to motivational speakers and read books and so forth, and that's wonderful, nothing against it. Intellectually, we can only go so far. Some of your listeners are familiar with Hawkins' map of consciousness, which goes to 0 to 1,000, logarithmic scale about being conscious, 500 being love, 540 unconditional love, and so forth. That when we move our consciousness to a higher or more elevated level, doesn't mean we're better than other people, but we're more conscious, then we can look at things from a different perspective. Just like at a football game, if you got 50-yard line, I've got seats on the 50-yard line, right on the field level. That's great, except that from the press box, you can see a bigger picture. You can see the whole thing going on at once. So we see the context, so we can be less condemning and judgmental and more of understanding what's going on.
And so this is interesting. So let me ask you, George, what led you to your current practice?
Well, my friend and mentor Ray Hodges was over one evening and said, "Do you have any problems?" I said, "Yeah, I got acid reflux, something wonderful every morning." He says, "Okay, stand up." He went behind me and touched 2 points on my back and said, "Okay, see how this works." Well, the next day it was gone, and it just never returned. I went, well, something's going on. So I went to a Matrix Energetics seminar. Since then, I'm now a certified hypnotist, and he gave me an introduction to the original EFT, Gary Craig. And since then, we've gone to faster EFT and so forth, and found out that this is such a simple, easy, and amazingly effective way to get in touch with, revise, and renew, and reframe circumstances, recontextualize, like Hawkins used to say, recontextualize what's happened to us so that, yeah, we can change our mind, but we can also change our physicality. We can heal ailments. Like I say, a lot of work with PTSD people, and it's just amazing.
So, okay, I heard you mention that you do hypnosis. Do you also do hypnosis in conjunction with the Act for EFT, or is that something separate?
Well, it's usually a separate protocol, but reality is we all go into hypnosis often, and hypnosis is a consensual state, but it's just a way of reframing things. We got the conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind, and I got a little video there for free for everybody on YouTube and my website. But we use some of the precepts and ideas from hypnosis, some even from the laying on of hands, integrating them in NLP, integrating them into this practice of tapping. A lot of people have heard of tapping.
Mm-hmm. See, I know of it as EFT as tapping, or that I've kind of like tapped into myself to kind of help any belief systems that I have towards success, or if even it can also be helpful for weight loss if I'm holding on to something or a belief.
Absolutely.
So for those that are interested in ACT for EFT, what can you give our listeners at a zero-cost basis?
The website. There are sample tapping. There are sample affirmations for headache, for backache, for cataracts, and Ho'oponopono with name. I know Epi's aware of Ho'oponopono, and the Ho'oponopono with name protocol, where we just tap on the 5 points and use the Ho'oponopono phrases with name, and that again reaches past the conscious to a deeper level and can make changes in relationships, in health, in all sorts of things. The website's www.iwantjoy.com, and then you go to services and you click on Faster EFT, and there's a video there from Gary, and there's a video from Robert. And then the next page has these sample videos, which takes affirmations from Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. A lot of Louise Hay fans out there. Mm-hmm. We use some of her phrases and then some additional ones to use these affirmations. People have heard of, okay, I like myself, I'm better, I'm healthy, yada, yada, yada. But using the ACT protocol, we take these affirmations and cement them, basically, into our awareness, into our consciousness. And so we can take I'll give you an example. The affirmation for migraine headaches is, release and let go. Now it slipped my mind. But anyway, there's affirmations that you use for specific ailments, and there's more general affirmations you can use too, and you just simply tap them into yourself, and you release and let go of what you don't want, and then you can tap in and allow in, because love, healing, and forgiveness is there 24/7. It's available for everybody. But we resist it because, well, I'm not sure, and you're trying to trick me, and we're just trained to be skeptical. I mean, that's the reality.
Right. So
but
in other
release the stuff we don't need.
So in other words, it's important to release the resistance of the
and
energy
make room.
Mm-hmm.
And make room, exactly. You know, the biblical phrase, perfect love casts out fear. Well, it supplants it. It supersedes it. If the fear's gone and love's there, then there's no room for fear anymore.
Right. Right, exactly. And I think a lot of the clients that I have, or the people that are out there, they try so hard with affirmations or trying to connect with the law of attraction, but a lot of them may say, well, this doesn't work. I'm doing my affirmations all day long, every day, and I still don't see any changes. But a lot of it is that they are still holding on to some inner resistance that is keeping them from actually leading the life that they want to live. And so EFT sounds like it's something that is helping you to tap out that energy that's stuck within the auric field.
It's just like the idea of trying to get all better using the intellect alone. And bless our hearts, we do the best we can, but Einstein and Newton, etc., were at 499 on that Hawkins map of consciousness. Once you get to 500 or love, Everything's a little bit different. Now, it's not dramatically, well, look around, the walls were just repainted. No, it's not that dramatically different, but you have a different context. Mm-hmm. And as you can utilize this, everything happens. Love works, okay, and prayer works. This is just a technique where we utilize the physical body and the intellect and get the mind and heart working together, okay, and then we do miracles, frankly.
So how can our listeners get in contact with you?
Best Way's website, iwantjoy.com. George at iwantjoy.com is my email. We will be in Houston tomorrow at Marva's little event. That's at the La Quinta, just inside the loop between San Felipe and Post Oak, from 10 till 5. We do these weekend events. We do public appearances. So we'll be there in Houston. We'll be in San Antonio Sunday at the Healing Arts Festival and Market in Live Oak. And again, that information's on the website, iwantjoy.com.
So those of you that are not aware of Marva or who Marva is, Marva Mason does a psychic event once a month. I think it's the first Saturday per a month at La Quinta Inn off of I-10, I believe, or is it 610?
It's just inside the loop.
Okay, 610 Saturday. So it's still over there.
Around
Okay.
there,
Yeah, so it's Marva Mason. She has a large psychic event every month on the first Saturday of the month at La Quinta Inn. And you can get more details of that, I'm sure, on...
Just Google Marva Psychic Fair.
Yes. Thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. You have a blessed day. Now, for those of you that are curious about my psychic readings and healing services, I asked a few of my clients to come in on the show and give their very own personal insights of their experience. So joining us today via telephone is Miss Sarah, and I have the two sisters coming in. So hang on tight. Don't change that channel, and you're going to find out more about my work.
KLVL is entertaining. KLVL is informative. 1480, we got you.
At Avanta Health Professionals, we are a dedicated medical practice designed to meet your health needs in the most efficient manner possible. At Avanta Health Professionals, we specialize in medical services that include diabetes, heart disease, pain management, hypertension, obesity. For more information, visit us at avantahealthprofessionals.com. For an appointment, call us at 713-885-9899. 713-885-9899.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
What is your purpose? Have you thought about that lately? If not, it's okay, because we can help provide the answers for you.
Each week, we will have creative topics, speak to thought leaders, and give healthy purpose points to help you navigate through life's distractions.
So I invite you to join me, KB, and my co-host,
B. Goss,
for the Pursuit of Purpose radio show every Tuesday from 12 to 2, right here on Synergy Radio Network,
where it all comes together.
I love this station. Welcome to Houston's hottest new radio talk show, Evolve, where we teach you how to heal, thrive, grow, and transform your life in positive ways. Evolve is also a call-in guidance show, so if you'd like for me to make a psychic connection that will reveal what the future has in store for you, you can call us at 832-230-5592. The lines are actually open. Now, we have two special guests today. One of them was actually going to call via phone, but they had to travel to Indonesia. They're in oil and gas, and so I guess they can't get any reception out there. But that's okay, because we do have two sisters out waiting in the hallway. These sisters are going to tell you about the amazing transformation that I helped them with. Not only that, they're going to tell you a story about how I helped one of them, or saved their life. One of them actually was about to literally lose their life, and if it wasn't for their session with me revealing to them ASAP, go to the hospital, they would not be here with us today.
Awesome.
So I kind of want to talk a little bit about what George was talking about earlier. ACT for EFT. Now, he mentioned how affirmations are in play for most of us, but I have to say this. Most of my clients that have done affirmations, after about a week or so, it's like they're saying that it's not working, right? So you can tell yourself all day long, I am successful, I am successful, I am loved, or I'm going to meet that perfect man. And then after 6 months, you give up. Right? Because it didn't happen. They're like, what's going on? I read all the law of attraction books. I follow Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks all the time, and it's just not happening. Well, this is what's happening. Negative beliefs and emotions keep you imprisoned.
Right.
And it is so important that you let go of destructive emotions such as resentment, fear, depression, anger. That's a big one a lot of people have.
That's right.
Failure, jealousy, and hopelessness. Through practices such as EFT and other forms of energy healing modalities, these can help you connect to the wisdom of your body. It will help you to learn how to use your intuition, open your heart, and experience joy, compassion, clarity, relaxation, and love. Qigong, that also helps with that too, with what you're doing.
Absolutely. It calms the spirit down. What I've found is that making affirmations all day long is not just going to do it by itself. You have to match the frequency. You have to match your emotion. If you're saying, I'm a millionaire, you can say it 1,000,000 times. However, if inside of you feel like,
right,
then it's not going to match.
Exactly. So it's like if I'm telling myself I'm going to win the lotto, I'm going to win the lotto. Your mind or your subconscious mind is going to be like, you're lying, girl. You know, you're broke. That ain't ever going to happen for you. Right. But here's the thing. Yeah. You're also resisting that.
That's right.
That vibration for it to even happen.
That's correct.
Right.
Because we have subconscious thoughts that keep us there.
Right. Your subconscious mind is going to block you. It's like a biggest block there. It's like you have to bypass it. And I actually like hypnosis because sometimes I do deep healing integration or deep soul integration with most of my clients by taking them and guiding them through a meditation that would take them and put them into a hypnosis state.
Right.
Because I'm talking directly to the subconscious mind. I kind of wonder whether or not the subconscious mind is actually the ego.
It is.
Right.
In a way.
In a way, yes. So let me just say this, is that your body is a feedback system. It has a divine healing intelligence that makes your heart beat. That divine healing intelligence will help your blood flow, your hair grow without doing anything consciously. If you cut yourself, the body's healing intelligence will automatically begin the process to heal itself.
Right.
So I found that our belief system will limit us from healing and expanding based on our points of views or perceptions, so to speak.
Right.
So our bodies can even hold in negative, harmful energies and emotions that will eventually impact you on a physical level. Your body speaks a secret language.
That's right.
And you got to know how to decode it, right? So let's take a look at a few common physical ailments. And actually, what is the emotional impact? What is going on? I think that if you go to a doctor and you get treated medically, in order to speed up your healing, you also have to combine it with a spiritual connection too.
Absolutely.
Right? Because there's a spiritual connection to why you have anxiety. Okay, so let's take anxiety, for example. Anxiety is your body's way of saying that you're thinking about the past and the future and that you're not trusting the flow of life. Either you're feeling insecure, unsupported, and helpless to change the situation, or you're focusing on negativity and limitation and allowing yourself to wallow in fear.
Correct.
So if you work on that and clear it out on a emotional, physical, or emotional, spiritual level, then you're going to clear it out on a physical level.
Absolutely.
Now, depression. This is another common physical ailment. This is about pressure to survive, feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, disappointed, disillusioned, wanting someone to save you, suppressed anger and resentment. I think anger is like one of the biggest things that a lot of people hold on to in their body.
Right.
Feeling and acting like a victim, blaming others for what is not working in your life, feeling unmotivated and uninspired, Or maybe even can't be bothered to do anything, stuck in an old story that's only getting gloomier.
Right.
Now, the other thing that I want to look at is fertility issues. That's another common one in women. So what does it mean when you have issues with conceiving, right? This comes up as a subconscious fear of losing your freedom, or not feeling supported, or unsure if you will make a good parent. You may have limited ideas about parenthood or unresolved issues from your own childhood that may be preventing you from conceiving. The other thing is blocking the process by being desperate to conceive.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
If you focus too much on that,
Right.
then obviously you're going to block the baby from coming or the fertility stuff to even happen.
Right.
And again, feeling angry and resentful.
Yes.
and that hurt that you can't. Sometimes people are like, I'm just so stuck in the feeling that I can't, when really you can.
Right.
Or being fearful that you may not be able to, or not allowing yourself to enjoy your connections with children.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Now, the other thing that I have to say is this, is that when we think positive, we release positive charges.
Correct.
When we think negative charges, a negative charge can be strong, negative feelings like anger, hate, fear, jealousy, and so on. And those things can take a hold of our life, and we can end up with accumulated negative energies in our body.
Right.
This is the buildup over time, buildup of our environment, maybe even your childhood. Maybe you were ingrained or taught to be that way because maybe we have a parent that's so negative.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I also find that when people seek out healing and clearing work, or even when working with the law of attraction, they don't see much of a change, or they fall back into their old pattern. And that is because of inner resistance that I spoke of before. But it's so much easier to live a life of victimization.
A lot of people get stuck on that.
Right. Or they feel that they will lose part of an identity that makes them who they are.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
So then that's when the ego starts to make to be resistant. That is just the ego's way, or a part of the self that thinks and feels and acts. You have to tell your ego. It's like the ego saying, let me explain that again. It is the ego, that the ego is the part of the self that thinks and feels and acts. And you have to tell your ego that you appreciate all the ways it has served you, and that you're taking it with you on your spiritual path. Oftentimes, your ego becomes fearful of being abandoned. Right. When a person begins the spiritual journey, reassurance to the ego is important to eliminate any self-sabotage.
That's right.
For example, you may have gotten a new job and feel over the moon about it. You may have ideas and expectations of what you're going to do, and learn later on that this new job really ain't that great.
That's
right. You discover that things turn out very different from what you had hoped. Thus, you become frustrated and depressed, and the positive charges that you once had turn negative. Ideally, we want to release all charges and allow divinity, synchronicity, and well-being to flow into our lives.
That's right.
And it's important to work on that belief system, because you can actually turn it around, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to keep changing from job to job to job to job to job.
No.
If you learn to clear those negative feelings and them thought forms with the law of attraction, you can make things turn around quickly.
Right. What most people don't realize is that when no matter where they go, they take themselves with them.
Right.
And as long as that same frequency, the same vibration is still active, nothing's going to change until we raise that vibration to a higher level,
Exactly. Because, like you said, I mean, for me, if you get stuck in that negative vibration, that's why I keep saying change the channel. You want to change the channel, because a lot of us get stuck in that vibration. I tell my family, my kids, my husband, okay, you're in a funk right now, and I can't be around your energy because it's dragging me down. Like, I need you to change the channel.
Right.
Like, it's okay that things happen to us, things that upset us, the things that frustrate us. It's okay. We're not saying turn off your emotions, because then you're going to be completely emotionless. You're not a robot.
Right.
But we have to feel our feelings. We have to acknowledge that, you know what, I really hate you right now.
Yeah.
And then maybe energetically picture that person in front of you and say, I hate you because you're not listening to me. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. But you know what? I forgive you. I release my expectation of what I expect you to be, and I'm going to move on from this.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so with that being said, it's so important to understand if there's something physically going on with you and you don't know how to get rid of it, then you have to figure out what is the emotion behind it that is being impacted in your body on an emotional, physical level.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are getting ready to go on a quick break. When we come back, we have two sisters who will share their amazing story of how I saved one of them from dying. And you're not going to want to miss this. So don't change that dial. Have a blessed day. But don't change the dial just yet, okay?
Don't change the channel.
Don't change the channel.
Hi, this is Dr. Washington. You're listening to Synergy Radio, where it all comes together.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
This is high blood pressure. Get back on your plan. Go to loweryourhbp.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Have you been in a car accident recently? Or have you had an injury due to a fall at work or at home? Arango Chiropractic Clinic treats people who have sustained automobile and work-related injuries to the neck, back, shoulders, arms, and legs. We understand what it takes after an injury and are experts in writing medical legal reports and helping you receive all the healthcare and financial compensation you require. To make an appointment, call 713-868-6166. That number again is 713-868-6166.
It's time to unleash your greatness. Hi, I'm Tracy L. James, the host of Unleash Your Greatness. I'm passionate about helping you eliminate the excuses that are blocking you from reaching your full potential in your life, career, and business. On Unleash Your Greatness, we will share stories of how people have overcome pitfalls and obstacles and found personal and professional success. You can use their success stories to help you unleash your greatness. Join me every Monday at 12 noon right here on the Synergy Radio Network. It's time to unleash your greatness.
This is Grace Holden, and you are listening to Synergy Radio Network, 94.9 FM and 1480 AM.
And we are back. You're listening to Evolve. And I have two special guests with us today. If you're wanting to call in to get a psychic reading or even just talk about the topic that we were talking about today, give us a call at 832-230-5592. So I have Belinda here with me today. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing just fine today.
And we have her sister, Galen, here. Hi, Galen.
Hi, how are you today?
Looking very beautiful.
Thank
Look at you. Looking all delish and stuff. So I want you to share with the audience, how long have you guys actually been clients of mine?
About 4 years.
Oh, my God. It's been that long?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay. So who's the one who found me first, and how did y'all discover me?
I found you on the internet.
So it was Belinda. You found me on the internet.
Yes, we'd been to a previous psychic, and I was a skeptic about doing this, but it was on my sister's bucket list to do. So we went to one, and she said, if you don't, you still have reservations, find somebody else to go to and see if you have the same experience. So I found you on the internet, and I called you, and we had a reading.
Okay. And did you guys come together? I don't remember.
Yes.
Y'all did?
Yes.
Okay. And so what can you say was your experience?
Well, we both were having trouble dealing with the passing away of our father, and we just needed some clarity on really what happened. And it was a positive experience with you, and we learned a lot of things that we did not know. And they were validated.
They were validated?
Yes.
How long did you see results from what I told you?
About a week, within the week.
So you guys had both a mediumship reading and a psychic reading with me.
Yes.
Okay, so they've got a chance to experience both sides. Because once I open up, I can't stop what
No.
comes through.
It just comes.
It just comes out. I'm just like, I can't. And since then, you said that you were a skeptic.
Yes.
So were you a skeptic because of religious standpoints?
That was a lot of it, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and a fear of opening up a door to the wrong realm, I guess you could say.
Right. Now, I think that probably what calmed her down a little bit, if you would say, Galen, was that I say a prayer beforehand, asking that God and the angels reveal to me what messages you guys need to hear at that moment.
That was a
and
big help.
calling in the light, okay?
Yes.
Because some of these psychics out there, I know that a lot of people, I'm going to take a hit for this, but you know what? A lot of them work with spirits that are not very good.
Exactly.
A lot of them are con artists. I got to say that, okay. But with me, I work more on a spiritual base. I am an ordained minister. In case you guys didn't know that.
Yes, I knew that.
And so again, everything I do is in the light. In the light. Now, your story, Galen, is very interesting. Okay.
Very.
I want you to share what happened.
Well, when I came to see you, I'd been having some really bad medical issues. And you kept telling me to tell them to check my stomach, that it was not what they were looking at. So I went back to the doctor. I told them, I said, y'all have got it wrong. It's completely wrong. So I went to my normal gynecologist and had an exam, and she found a huge mass. And it turned out that my aorta was completely blocked. I had no blood flow to my legs. But if it hadn't been for you being so insistent that I have it checked, we would have never found it.
Wow.
And I would probably be here by myself
Yes,
today.
she would be here by herself today.
Wow. And it took you a year to come back to me to tell me what had happened, because I was wondering what happened. I know that my angels were screaming at me. There's something in her stomach. There's something going on. Just tell her there's a mass. There's something there. She needs to go ASAP. And tell her, listen.
And what was so bad was the year before, the gynecologist had said, I feel something, but I don't think it's anything to worry about at that time because it was very small. And in a year, it had grown to the size of a
grapefruit almost.
About a big grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, you guys have also had a group event with me, and that was interesting.
That was very interesting.
Because I know we had a mixture of those that were very religious there that day that were kind of like,
Yes.
Now, y'all have a short story to kind of share about afterwards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have a friend that is a huge skeptic, and she didn't want to believe anything that you had to say to her. So she was just done. She didn't believe it. Next day, she calls me, and she said, guess what? She kept telling me that somebody in my family was going to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter called her that morning and told her she was pregnant.
Wow.
So she said, now she's a believer.
Now she's a believer.
She's a believer.
I think in a way my ego likes working with skeptics because it's like, let me show you today. Let me show you what God is going to tell me today about you and what the angels need you to know.
Absolutely.
And another thing, you were talking about a relative, and she said, I don't have a relative with that name. I don't have a relative with that name. She goes home and just has a casual conversation with her mother about the reading, and she said, oh yeah, that's what's her so-and-so's nickname when she was a kid.
Oh my God. Yes. See, and half the time I'm like, okay, I'm scratching my head with some of my clients like, well, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am, But, this is absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you guys came in, and I have a treat for y'all because I am going to surprise you guys with a reading today.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. So here's the thing is I want to talk to you, Galen, about something about moving. Who's moving in your family? Or is it you that's moving? Or somebody specifically moving connected to you?
Probably my son moved back to San Diego.
Okay.
That's in the military. Him and his wife
They
moved
finally
back.
moved back.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Okay. Because I know there was a kind of a struggle there.
Yes.
Let me say this. Was there talk about separation too? Or who's the one that's been talking about separation or divorce?
Oh, I don't know. But you did tell me I was having some issues with someone that I allowed to live on my property.
Okay.
And they finally are gone.
That's good.
Yes,
That's good.
they finally vacated.
Was this like the beginning of the year? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you told me it would happen by June.
And they could be having relationship issues we
Yeah,
don't
they
know
could be.
about.
Yeah, I don't know about
Well, I
that.
kind of feel like Let me just say this, is that somebody's not going to be too happy of the fact that they can't support them financially like they thought. And there's going to be some struggle that's going to cause the separation or divorce. And you're going to be hearing about that.
Well,
let me just say.
I'll just stay out of it.
Yeah, let me just say this, is that if that person, I feel male, tries to come back to live on the property, say no.
I won't. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so not only that, it's going to help you do some renovations on the property as well?
Yes.
Okay. What's with tearing down walls? Tearing down walls, or they're talking about the walls, doing something with the walls, tearing something down, or like making an extra room or something.
We're going to make a kitchen out there, like a little area for us to barbecue and hang out and have friends over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and we're going to put a bedroom and a small bathroom.
Okay.
So that people can, if they would spend the night, they can spend the night.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like it's like expansion and tearing down walls at the same time.
Yes.
So it's like we're going to be growing and doing this thing here.
Yes.
Okay.
Very true.
Okay. You've been questioning life here lately. Is it going to get better? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get better? That's all I keep hearing. And I am being told to tell you that you are so blessed and that you need to acknowledge the blessings that have been placed before you and that you have to stand in agreement with God and the angels about what's coming in. I'm also hearing get out of the way. Get out of the way means that your thought forms are blocking your blessings from coming in.
That's true.
Right?
That I believe.
Always second guessing. And I'm being told that there's a big trip coming.
Possibly.
Ooh, possibly.
4 weeks?
Could be.
Yes.
Okay.
We are. 1st of June.
That's right, we are.
Okay. And is this going to be...
reunion alone.
4 weeks. And now let me just say this, is that there's going to be a lot of emotional stuff going on, guys. Okay. Something's missing, I'm being told. So someone's not going to be able to make it. So you're saying this is a family reunion? Mm-hmm. Okay, somebody's not going to be able to make it.
Okay.
Everybody's going to be expecting. Are y'all the only two sisters, or is there another sister?
Just us.
Just y'all two?
Just us.
There's somebody's sister who's not going to make it. Who's not going to be able to make it out to this family reunion. But you'll find out.
Okay.
Whose name begins with like a T or a Troy sounding or something with a T sounding name?
Estelle.
Could it be Estelle? Thelma.
Or Thelma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Estelle is Thelma
Estelle's her middle name. Her first name is Testuris.
Okay. I think there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. There's the T. So I am feeling like she's not going to be able to make it. It feels like something about family obligations or something that she needs to take care of. Okay.
Yeah.
Something about something being put on her shoulders. Or something, you know what I mean? Kind of like you're throwing something at me all of a sudden. Now I can't do it.
She's the matriarch of their family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So she's got a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of family obligations. That it's almost like she may want to sit down or sit out to recoup, or she may want to sit out because she can't recoup or take time out.
Yeah. And she's the sister everything falls on.
Yes. Yeah. Right. So we're going to move over the spirits that we're done with you.
Okay. Good.
So I'm going to try and get to your reading in the next 3 minutes. You know, I don't kind of work that way. But if not, I want y'all girls to stay put so that I can finish your reading. So let me just say this, Belinda. Heavenly Father, creator of all that is, heal her, release her fear and anxiety. Your fear and your nervousness is blocking me from connecting. So we're asking that it be healed in light, sending you unconditional love, positive thought forms. What is your question about your son? Or what's the question about this child that you have about? Just want to ask. You're like, I don't want to ask on the air. I feel like this.
No, I'm just trying to figure out which one.
Okay. They're saying to me the oldest. The oldest. The oldest is going through a lot of transitions is what I'm being told. A lot of transitions.
If he has not talked about it yet.
Okay. There feels to me like there needs to be more communication with him, honestly. There's something going on with him that I feel like, does he live in his head a lot? Always thinking or overanalyzing?
That's not my oldest.
Who's that one?
My next to youngest.
Oh, but does he act older?
Yes.
He can, yes. He can.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
He has an
Okay.
old soul, yes.
Yes, he has a
Okay,
very
that's
old
why
soul.
it feels old.
Mhm.
Okay. So he lives in his head a lot, right?
Yes.
So let me just ask you something. Is he supposed to be going back to school or doing some sort of training? Because I feel like there's some sort of training going on with him.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they're talking to me in August that he's going to be making some transition in August, either by him trying a new career that's going to train him in a different area, or him actually going back for certification that's going to help him with his work. Does this make sense?
Certification, probably.
Okay. Okay.
He's the one we've talked about before.
Okay. So we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to finish this reading up with Belinda. Thank you so much. If you also want to call in, the lines are actually open. You can call us at 832-230-5592. Again, this is a call-in guidance show. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Everything's in the light. So when we come back, we will finish the reading with Belinda.
Robert. Look up, Robert. Okay, we're live here at the Memorial Golf Course with the legend, Selwyn. And Mel. Yes, the Mel and Show duo. That's right. We're here with Mr. Robert Reed. Bobby Joe. Honored to be here, man. Rockets, glad to be here. What's going on, Bobby Joe? I'm making it. Getting through with it. You're making it. Yeah, so you're out here for the NBA Retired Players Association. This is our golf tournament. Yeah. We're on with you, and you ready to tee off? And ready to tee off? Go at it. Great turnout today, buddy. And I'm certain somebody's going to bring in maybe a 69. Ain't no telling. I see a 59, really. You see a 59? Yeah, somebody going to do something. I hope they don't have no erasers. I know that's right. So tell us a little bit. What do you think about the Houston Rockets and their chances of going all the way to the NBA Finals this year?
Well, they're playing. They're really playing well. But as we all know, if you can't come with the D, that's going to have to be it.
Absolutely.
You can score all the points you want, but if you don't stop them on the other end, that does nothing. And it's frustrating when you think you held them for 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and then they score easy.
Right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It seems an uncoordinated effort sometimes, like maybe there's 2 or 3 guys locked down.
Yes.
Tough to relax.
Isn't that talking communication?
Sure. What do you think about the difference between the NBA game today and when you played?
Well, today, during our time, you didn't see guys going coast to coast and just laying it up with nobody touching them.
Right.
Today they do that from L.A. to New York, from New York to L.A.
Wow.
And no one touches them. And then everybody stops and look at each other.
Now, y'all's game when you played was a whole lot more physical also.
Oh, yeah.
In the game today.
Yeah, you didn't come in that middle and just... Now, one guy did, and you had to give him that, was George Gervin. He could finger roll. Everybody else had to work hard for it.
Everybody else
had to work hard.
Yeah, but he always could. Finger roll. Now, you were a very athletic wing, and you played from that perspective. Robert, we have guys 6'10", 6'11", as athletic as we've seen. 7 feet. Yeah.
Well, you remember when we got Ralph Sampson, I almost had to tackle him a couple of times. So, wait a minute, you don't want me in the low post? I don't want you out here at the point.
Because Ralph always wanted to be a guard.
Give me the ball.
So who do you think going to win it all this year?
Golden State's going to look good. And I got to tell you, I'll say this: Boston and the Jazz look real good still.
They do.
I wouldn't take nothing away from it because the way they're playing is say, hey, leave it on the floor tonight. We'll rest when it's all over with.
Right. Can you even comprehend what LeBron James is doing now with the Cleveland Cavaliers? How the whole first round, he didn't have any teammate that scored over 20 points.
I just see another Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Another Larry Bird and Mike.
Yeah, just give me the ball.
You know.
And just let them have it.
Wow. I couldn't believe that Toronto would lose 2 games.
I know. I couldn't believe that either.
I just can't see that happening.
You just saw a guy just say that, hey, I'm not ready to take my shoes off yet.
And then me and you both grew up there in San Antonio, and I knew you when you was at St. Mary's University. Tell us, what do you think about the Kawhi Leonard situation with the San Antonio Spurs?
Well, I think it's getting down to the point that he wanted to be his team, period.
Right.
You know, these are older guys. I wanted to be me.
Right. We've been told to wrap up his show, but my God, thanks for stopping by.
Honor, pleasure, because all right now.
All right. Indeed.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to our regular scheduled program. Good deal.
And welcome back. You are listening to Evolve, where you can heal, thrive, and grow. This is a call-in guidance show. So the lines are actually open now, guys. If you want to call in and get a reading, please give us a call at 832-230-5592. I'm going to wrap up Belinda's reading, and then we're going to go to the phone lines. So that number again is 832-230-5592. So Belinda, on break, I was telling you that I was picking up on somebody getting married and someone renewing their vows. So I wanted you to confirm to me why I'm picking this up, because one of them feels like it's like they're planning on getting married at the end of the year, and the other one feels like it's going to take place around their anniversary, the beginning of next year.
The renewal will happen this summer.
Okay.
When we're in Hawaii.
Okay, gotcha.
And the other one they are probably contemplating marriage at this point in their relationship, and it would probably be within the year.
Okay. See, and the thing is that I was feeling around next year, early part, around this time, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's actually happening sooner than what I thought. So with that being said, this feels like it's going to take place. Here's the thing. Why do I feel like one of them has kind of been going back and forth about getting married because of some conflict that was happening in the relationship, or financial conflict that was happening in the relationship?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's actually 2 that could be happening with.
Okay. Now, is this the one with the baby?
They both have babies.
Okay. This isn't the one that's pregnant now, is it?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel like it's like this baby's not here yet. It's in the belly. Okay,
yeah.
So gotcha.
Yes.
And can you confirm if that baby's a male?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So it's them.
Yes.
So
and you told her it was a male at the group reading.
Okay, gotcha. So it's almost like this. It's almost like I feel like they were the ones with financial constraints that weren't sure if they were going to do it or not. Are they the ones getting married this in the next couple of weeks?
No.
That's the one that was
later in the year.
Later. Okay. Yeah. So again, as I was saying earlier, I felt like financial constraints. Well, with this baby coming, it's almost like that wedding thing is probably going to have to be pushed back now.
Probably.
And it may end up being pushed back even further if they have the baby. So this makes me feel almost like it's going to happen, but it's not going to be that big dream wedding. That it's probably going to have to be Justice of the Peace.
They didn't want a dream wedding anyway.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
She's real laid back and not fancy.
Yeah. Okay. So those of you that are listening on Facebook Live, I just want to say, Roxy, please give us a call back. You don't have to wait till next week. Give us a call back at 832-230-5592. Now, the other thing here is they're talking to me about more work coming in for your spouse.
My spouse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. He already works 10 to 12 hours a day.
Okay, so there's more work coming in. It's like more work, more money, finances coming in. So with that being said, is he even going to get a day off?
I hope so.
There's more work coming in.
Okay.
A lot more work coming in. But this is also good because it's almost like a twofold. It's almost like now you get to do more traveling, right?
Right.
But more work for his part, on his end.
He's okay with that.
Okay?
He likes to work.
Yeah, because I see a lot more travel for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's almost like this is not the only vacation thing here.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And you both go, is there 3 so far this year that were planned?
Yes.
3 trips? Okay. And you guys are going to be going together?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that too. They were saying it's okay because they can go together. That's what Spirit just told me.
That's right.
They can both just travel together and just do whatever. Now, they're also talking to me about, and I think I can't talk to you about this on air.
Okay.
We'll talk about this off the air. Okay. Yeah, too personal.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what are the questions that you guys have for me? Because I know you said you had some questions for me, Galen.
Yes. How young were you when you realized that you could speak to the spirits?
5.
Wow.
5. Yeah. I'm an only child, so I had a tendency to talk to myself a lot. And my mom thought that I was pretty much talking to myself, but really I had a buddy named Sabrina that would always talk to me all the time. And literally she would tell me things, and I would go and tell my family about what Sabrina was telling me. And then eventually it kind of freaked them out, and they told me to shut up. So at 7 years old, I kind of stopped, and it didn't pick up again until I was 17 when I was pregnant with my son.
Wow.
I knew that I had a male son in my belly because I had an outer body experience. And an angel came to me, and I saw a golden light where I was talking to God for a minute about how my abilities were going to come in stronger, and that he had a plan for me to go and help people, but he'll tell me when it was time.
Right.
And then my grandfather passed away, and he came to me to tell me he was leaving. And then a couple years later, my grandmother passed away, and she came to tell me she was leaving. And since then, it's just been like the floodgates opened up. And when I was finally not afraid to do what I was doing, because I had a lot of reservations, because we grew up Catholic.
Right.
And we had a lot of religious beliefs about doing this work. And when I finally made that connection to say, okay, God, if this is from you and you want me to do this, then show me. And that's when more and more people came. That's when TV came in 2012. And I was just like, okay, kind of back it off just a little bit,
right.
you know. So we do have a call, and I know you have a question, but we're going to take this call real quick. Who's on the line? Marie.
Marie?
Hi, Marie. How are you, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm doing nicely. I have a question about my mom's health. She's 95 years old, and she went to the doctor last week, and it was concerning some gallstones, which she did pass, but they're still running some other things. And I'm hoping that she won't have to be cut on for any reason at all at her age, 95 years of age.
Well, they're going to refrain from trying to do surgery on her because of her age, right? She can't handle any anesthesia at all. But I do feel like there's one lodged. Is it in you said gallstones, right?
And then they found some type of little tumors on her bladder also.
Okay. So that's probably the one that I see that's lodged, because I'm seeing like a stone or something lodged, like a ball lodged. So the kidney stones are all going to come out, but that one tumor that she has, I don't think it's getting any bigger. So they're not going to cut her open to get that out.
Okay.
Okay.
And that will be no problems with her head.
No,
after that.
No. As long all the stones are going to come out, but I just see that there's something that's going to be lodged deeper, and I feel like that's the tumor that you're referring to. That's in the gallbladder, is what you said. That right there, they can't come out. But as long as it's not, I feel like it's not getting any blood flow or anything flowing to it, so it's not getting any bigger. So they're just going to leave that alone.
Okay, and I have a personal question. do you see anyone in my future as a connection, like a mate or a love connection?
Mel, I think you already have somebody around you, but you're not interested.
No, I'm interested in someone, and I don't know if they're interested.
So that's what that is then, because I feel like somebody's not interested. There's someone around, but somebody's not interested. So let me just say this, hon, is that if he's not interested, then leave that one alone. And when you leave that one alone, then someone else will come in.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
We have someone else on the line? No? Okay. So what were your questions, Belinda?
She got to stop laughing.
She's got to
I have to stop laughing. We're trying to get a type of recognition, and I was just wondering if it was going to come through in the foreseeable future or it'll be far off.
So is that for the Native American stuff?
Yes.
Why is that not? Was there paperwork
we got one recognition. We're working on the second one.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, why is it not come through? Because I felt like it already came through.
Yeah,
so this is just more paperwork that you need to do.
Yes.
Okay, everything will fall into place. And is your goal for November?
We didn't really have a goal, but hopefully before the new year begins.
Okay, yeah, because I'm being told in November. And are you having to travel for this as well?
I will probably be, yes.
Do you have to go to Washington for it?
Probably.
Okay. Everything is going to be okay because I'm being shown a stamp of approval on a piece of paper.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay?
Awesome.
Get all the paperwork together. You've already done that.
We're
so as long as you have one already approved, the other one is like cake. It's just going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like a cakewalk. It's going to be okay. So with that being said, then yes.
That was my main question.
Yeah, I knew you had one. It was burning. It was burning inside of her, and I was feeling it. Okay. Epi.
Yes.
What are your questions, hon?
Well, I was going to ask you how early in your life you started, but they already asked that. So they already asked the question. So did you have issues with family or at school or something when you would speak of these things, or?
All I can tell you is that I didn't have very many friends. I still don't have very many friends because they don't understand this type of stuff, and I scare people, right? A lot of them have the misconception that I can read their minds, and I can't.
Right.
I'm not a mind reader, okay? Although I know what's going on. Like my kids and my husband, nobody can lie to me because I already know what's happening, So it's like if I ask, like, why are you asking me the question? You already know. I'm like, well, I just want to know if you're going to tell the truth, But as far as family is concerned, they some of them do talk to me, but others don't because of the religious connection to that. But I don't let that bother me. Spirit told me I would be blessed no matter what, and that if I followed in the guidance that they're giving me, that all will come in due time, and I will be blessed one way or the other because I'm helping.
Right.
So I want to thank everybody for coming on the show, and those of you that called in and that are listening, I'm truly, truly grateful. Connect with us next week. Next Friday, we will be here at 12 o'clock p.m. taking calls, and we will have two special guests, DJ Carlos Charles and his spouse, Miss Nahir Duarte, and they're going to be talking about bio-neuro-emotion and this new event called Silent Disco Yoga.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting. Thank you so much, and you guys have a blessed day.